All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, guys? We do have Cali Wagers joining us this morning. So I'm not quite sure when he'll be in here, but he is supposed to be popping up sometime. So um man, hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Yeah, hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. I know I did. It was not a bad holiday at all this year. You know, obviously some people in my family are not here for this Thanksgiving. It's been a tough year in that aspect of things, but it is what it is. But hopefully you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving as much as I did. Definitely time to get back to work. Um, and keep beating these books. Yesterday wasn't a bad day. Obviously, I'm pretty sure we all bet. Pretty sure we were all at at your aunt's house or your uncle's house or your mom's house or wherever you went to spend your holiday. um I'm sure you guys were, if they didn't have the games on, I'm sure you guys were on your phones watching the games and talking to someone in your family that bets. We had a good time with my uncles over there, so it was nice. But um, hopefully you guys did as well. Callie's in the building, so let's get him up. Callie Wagers, good morning.
Yo, happy Black Friday.
Yes, sir. Black Friday it is. How was your Thanksgiving, man?
It was good. Enjoyable as always. Spent some time with the family. So that was always a nice time. And yeah, football was up and down. Had a really nice prop day. And then I have a couple personal things that I sent you earlier that are looking nice for later today. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so you got some pretty big tickets pending, so I'm rooting for you, man. That shit looks beautiful, so I'm rooting for you. All right. Well, everyone else out there listening, man, like I said, I really hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving and enjoyed yourself. Marcus, good morning. Yep. Thank God it's Friday. um, it is, man. It's always like that the next day, right? Like it's still you got most people um don't have the privilege of being off because obviously majority of middle class people most likely work in retail, and today's one of the biggest uh shopping days of the year. So actually, I don't wouldn't you think that shit kind of went down a little bit with online shopping, right? Like
Yeah, big time. I used to work in delivery land for a while, and I mean, during the COVID time, it was wild. I mean, the everybody living at home full time was crazy. So it
yeah.
definitely made things a little different. But yeah, it's really toned down now. I mean, compared to what it was. Plus, a lot of those companies started putting price points on like bulk stocks of Nike, the Nikes or the big companies would try to load up
Right.
these shipping companies, and they started putting a hard stop on it. So the almighty dollar always speaks.
That's for damn sure.
But
All
yeah, it's
right. All right, so let's get into it, man. Recap on yesterday. Like I said, I didn't do terrible. I didn't do great. I hit a really good play on Illinois yesterday. But then Northwestern really shit the bed against Butler. That was frustrating. Extremely frustrating game to watch, man. So yeah, there was that. Um, so I don't know, man. It is what it is, but Northwestern really broke my heart yesterday. They should have won that game three times over, but it is what it is. All right, let's get started, man. We got some games for today. I'm trying to get DraftKings up so we can get started, but DraftKings is being DraftKings. Um, Let me see what we have on here. We have Indiana playing Providence to start us off. So we are going to be talking college basketball, Cali, NBA, and then we'll end the show with some football. Um,
I will say real quick, my play of the morning goes off in 17 minutes. I'm on Miami of Ohio plus the 3.
was that college football?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Say no more.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
be sure
there's
to put that in. You
yeah, I
said it's
think
plus the 3.
yeah, plus the 3. I think there's one, two, three, four. Yeah, there's 6 games this morning at 9 o'clock, so that's one of them.
Damn, obviously we can't talk about Indiana and Providence because it's already started. All right, so let me see what games that are not started that we can talk about. All right, Minnesota and Wake Forest. That will be our starting point today. Minnesota and Wake Forest. All right. All right, now that I got myself together, let's get into it, guys. College basketball starting us off. Minnesota against Wake Forest, man. You got Minnesota coming in. Looks like these boys are getting 2.5 points. Wake Forest is laying 2.5 points, and we got a total of 129. Um, Wake Forest has been playing good basketball. They come in 6-2, where Minnesota 5-2. Line opened up at a 2.5. It hasn't done much moving. I seen it up to a 3. Obviously, you see on the screen when I did the book or when I did the tabs, it was at a 3. We're now sitting at a 2.5 once again, where it opened. I can't pick a side in this game, man. Both these teams are trying to bounce back off of a loss that they took yesterday. A lot of these teams are on like a these are a lot of tournament games, guys. So keep that in mind. I think even a couple teams might be playing each other again. I'm not sure, but we've seen a lot of teams that played yesterday on Thanksgiving playing again today, and both of these teams took a loss yesterday. Neither one of these teams has been offensive juggernauts. All right. Both of them play pretty solid defense. I'm not impressed with either one of these teams, to be quite fair. Their shooting numbers are way down. Wake Forest lost by almost 20 points to Florida. I mean, they only put up 67 points against Detroit prior to that game. This team is struggling to score. I think this is going to be a really lower scoring game. I think this is just going to be a brick fest, man. So I like the under here. I know it's already extremely low. They got it set at a 129, and that's the thing that kind of scares me a little bit is it opened up at a 131.5. So we lost a lot of value on the under, but I still think it might get there, but play this one light. But I can't get on the side here. It's going to be the under for me in this one. Cal, you got anything for this Minnesota Wake Forest game? You're muted if you're talking, Cal.
I don't have anything on this game. I will say that this is one of those games that can definitely be a one of those days. It can definitely be an under kind of day, post Turkey Day. Strange kind of travel, strange timing for a lot of these games. So something to think
Yep.
about. But yeah, fishy early, not on it.
Yep. I agree, man. I think it's going to be the same kind of vibe that you just said, man. It's just after Thanksgiving, man, earlier game in the afternoon. I mean, we're going to see this with a lot of games. A lot of these teams are not going to play their normal style of basketball today. I'll say that. At least I'm pretty confident a lot of these teams aren't going to play their normal style of basketball today. Just fresh off of a holiday. Like I said, a lot of these teams did play yesterday. So you're going to see a lot of teams kind of, circling and not doing much on the court. All right. I don't know how to word it, but you guys get the drift. All right. Next game we got. What do we got next? We got TCU taking on Colorado State. All right. So we got TCU taking on Colorado State. This is a 2 o'clock game. You got TCU laying 4.5 points. You got Colorado State getting 4.5 points in this game. Looks like we got a total set at 139.5 here. You could tell the books are even being cautious. Yesterday, I don't know if you guys remembered yesterday. Some of them totals that we had on the board for yesterday's games, bro, were insane. Some of them totals on yesterday's board were way, way up there. We had a couple 150s. we had a bunch of crazy totals on the board yesterday. Today it's kind of the complete opposite, where we don't have that many, we don't have that many high totals. They're all going to be kind of lower scoring, and for a reason. This game, man, Northern Colorado. I mean, I like this team. They do got a lot of good players on this team. I think they're kind of I don't want to say underestimated or undervalued, because they're not. They've been priced pretty well this year. If I can get these boys up on Kempom, I need TCU's numbers before I do this, but I'm having trouble finding the teams. Um, it doesn't matter. I'm sticking with I'm sticking with I'm sticking with Colorado State in this one. I'm gonna take the points here. I like this team. I think they're stacked up well. This line tells me a lot. I could see a lot of people being on TCU in this one, Cali, laying the points. And TCU is the better team. Don't get me wrong. They are. They got the more talent. But getting 5 points with a team like Colorado State, man, I got to take advantage of it. This is still a good team, and we have yet to see the best of this team yet. So I'm going to take Colorado State here plus the points. They might beat TCU outright, man.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you on this one. I think this is a good dog day. I really do. I think that good opportunity. Um, I would lean the Rams as well. I think that with that value, they're definitely in this late. Really going to be a matter of can you value those possessions late in the game? Can you hit your free throws? And we've seen that go both ways. So, but yeah, I do think it's enough points today to make it a value.
I can't find them on Kempom for some reason. I am looking. I can't find TCU, or they're just not on here today. Like the game's not here. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's keep it moving. I do like Colorado State in this one though. Be a good teaser piece, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another one. We got Pitt taking on Ohio State. So you got Pittsburgh coming in with another 5. By the way, that game just moved. TCU line just moved to a 5. So more money keeps coming in on TCU here. So maybe you might want to wait a little bit if you guys are thinking about taking Colorado State, because the money keeps coming in on TCU there. So just keep that in mind. All right. So this game, we got we got Pittsburgh laying or getting 5 points. We got Ohio State laying 5 points. We got a total of 149, slightly favored to the under. Ohio State's at a minus 205 here, where Pitt is at a plus 170. I mean, you can't tell me you have not liked what you've seen from Pitt, man. And these points look pretty damn tempting. This Ohio State team is good. I like them a lot. But Pitt has been impressive. Another thing, this line opened up at a 3.5. It's now at a 5. There's a ton of value on Pitt, man. Um, Look, again, it's not that Pitt is the better team. They Ohio State is the more talented team, but just read the line, man. I mean, this line tells you that bro, don't sleep on Pitt, right? Like, we know this team has started off to a good start. This is a team that fights. They are seriously a underestimated defensive team. This defense for Pitt is serious. And on top of it, this team can score. We have seen it in all their games so far. Pitt has also covered 8 of their last 10 games. They're already 6-1 on the year. So they have covered almost every game this year. Look, I'm telling you, if there was ever anyone that was going to, come in here and beat up on the Buckeyes, I got to give it to Pitt. So 100% rocking with Pitt here. This could have made my dog of the day. I'm not going to lie to you. This could have made my dog of the day. But I have another one that I did the video for. It is posted on YouTube if you guys want to go check it out. I am going to give it to you in this. on this show though. If we I don't think I wrote it down, but either way, the video is on YouTube, man. My dog of the day is posted if you guys want to go check it out. But Pitt could have made it. Callie, what you got? You got anything for this game?
Lean Pit as well. I like what I've seen so far with them, and I think first 20 games or so. I think really what you're getting early is going to be key. I think that the team's been playing pretty well together, and like what I've seen early, so hard to go against them.
Yeah, so have I. I've liked a lot what I've seen from Pitt, bro. They got so many good scorers, and that defense has yet to really been talked about. Obviously, a lot of these teams have yet to be talked about because we're not in conference play. When we get in conference play, that's when a lot of these teams start to hit the media. But guys like us, man, we watch college basketball every single day of our life. Like when college basketball is on, that's what we're watching. So it don't feel like these teams ever get talked about in the beginning of the year. But that's why we're here and that's why we take advantage of it. So this Pitt defense is something to watch, guys. They are extremely sticky, man. They're a good defense. All right. We got West Virginia taking on Zona. So we got West Virginia coming in. West Virginia's coming in as a pretty big underdog here, getting 6.5 points. Arizona's laying 6.5. We got a total of 151.5, the biggest total that we've seen so far today. We got it locked up on both sides at a -110. I mean, this looks like a good game, man. It really does. It's at the Imperial Center. We just seen both of these teams. Uh, I think Arizona. I mean, it's been an awful start, right? I mean, you can't argue that Arizona's had a rough go at it so far this year. Arizona. I mean, the last game they played Oklahoma, they scored what 77 points. Defense gave up almost 80, 82, I think 83. What was it? Can't remember. That's what I mean, guys. It just happened, and I can't remember. My brain is cooked. 82. All right, so I wasn't that far off. 82. Arizona just, and this has been their problem all year. Defensively, Arizona is ranked 203rd right now on Ken Palm right now. Now, their offense, don't get me wrong, their offense is what we expected, right? Their offense is around like the 28 mark. But I mean, this this defense has got to go. They have to figure it out. Where you got West Virginia, who is just a much more balanced team, in my opinion. They are the more balanced team. You got a decent defense that is only allowing 69 points per game, and you got a decent offense that is averaging about 78 points per game. Their offense is 160th in the country. Their defense is 140th. But like I said, they got that balance, and we're getting enough points in our back pocket where I think they can cover this number. Arizona's defense, man, is just when you're giving up that many points and you're going to be laying numbers like this against the kind of teams that you're playing, it's going to be a big problem. I think West Virginia has no problem scoring here. The first thing I want to look at is West Virginia's team total. Because I have a feeling that it's probably going to be under that 75 mark. And if it is, I'm going to take it. Callie, go ahead. What you got for this one?
Yeah, I like what I like what I've seen early. I like from Mountaineers on that in the most recent tournament. Like what I've seen from them, top to bottom, playing as a really good ball club. So, it's still early, but I do like what kind of like what we rode with Memphis last week a little bit. I think that there's still a lot of value with this West Virginia team. So, I
Yep.
think that this is another pretty good spot for it today.
Yep. They got their team total at 72.5. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that play right there. Over 72.5. You got West Virginia to be exact. West Virginia is averaging 77.7 points per game, where you got an Arizona defense that is giving up 72.2 points per game. So that leaves me right there with a 72 and a half, man. That's a perfect number. Because obviously West Virginia knows they got to come in here and shoot, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do. I like West Virginia a lot. I like that team total over 72 and a half. I think we got a lot of value on West Virginia today. All right. I don't know what game we got next. Let's see here. We got Wichita State taking on Florida. Indiana is really starting to run away on Providence right now. I liked Indiana a lot today. That was the first game I was going to give you guys, but I forgot that it started early. I didn't even get to bet it myself. All right. So what game am I looking for? Wichita State and Florida. Wasn't that earlier? Nope. 3:30. I thought that game was earlier. I thought that was like a 2 o'clock game. All right. So we got Wichita. We know Florida's undefeated. Wichita might be as well. Wichita State getting 10 points. Florida laying 10 points. We got a total of 155 and a half here, slightly favored to the under. Let me see. Yep, Wichita State is undefeated, 6-0 so far this year. Way to go, guys. This line did open up at an 8.5. It's now all the way up to a 10 in favor of the Gators here. I'm laying the points, bro. This Gators offense has been terrific. I mean, absolutely terrific. Um, both these teams are coming into this one, like I said, undefeated, man. But Wichita State, man, they yesterday they played Minnesota, and I believe that game went to overtime. I might be wrong, but I know it was an extremely close game down to the wire. That Minnesota was, I mean, Wichita State was lucky to get by Minnesota yesterday. Um, the they did go to overtime. They did. They went to overtime and they blew a 4 point lead late. Um, and they it looks like two free throws got them the win yesterday. They got fouled, hit two free throws in overtime, got the win. Florida blew Wake Forest out the water. They absolutely beat the brakes off of Wake Forest. And that's just what they've been doing this year. Florida has just been dominating teams and not necessarily defense. I mean, it's been just pure offense from this Gators team. I mean, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I don't think they have lost by single digits at all this year. I don't think Florida has lost one game by single digits this year. Um, I like the Gators here, man. I really do. This Gators team is really impressive, man. Now they will take on Virginia next, so maybe that's the game we look to maybe back up off the Gators a little bit because you're going up against a Virginia defense that really needs to find an answer soon. And this will be an ultimate test for them. But we know Florida's averaging 89 points per game. This offense is just incredible. So it's going to be it's going to be Florida for me all day here, Callie.
Yeah, lean the over. I expect it to have some pace to it. Expect there to be a decent amount of free throws if guys are attacking, and we see what we expect. Probably some up and down for quite a while.
Yep. I agree. We got a total at opened at a 151. It's now at a 155 and a half. I still think it's too low. I agree. Florida will probably put up about 86 points here, and I can see Wichita trailing probably by 11, 12 points in this game when it's all said and done. So that would hit us the over. All right, let's keep it moving. We got NC State playing BYU. BYU, man, they fought hard, man. They were resilient. But it just I don't know, man. They did open their series. They did open up a you know, it. let me read all the lines before we get into this. So because y'all know I like BYU, man, and they're a really good team, but I can kind of see like you can kind of see signs where we got to really start falling off a little bit. So NC State, they're getting 6 points. BYU laying 6 points in this game. We got a total of 154, slightly favored to the over. BYU's at a minus 230 here. NC State's at a plus 190. Ole Miss, man. They BYU had a ton of turnovers. They really haven't been BYU hasn't really been tested that much, this year. And when they did, I was kind of really shaky, man. Really shaky. They did lose. It took overtime, but look, I just don't know, man. BYU is now, once again, in my opinion, being in another step up game with a North Carolina State team that is not bad. They're really not. We've seen them against Purdue. NC State took their first loss, but I think that they did. It was a 10-point loss, and they they got outscored, but not getting completely blown out by Purdue. I liked what I seen from them, man. And after playing Purdue like that, I gotta say that BYU is a bit of a step down game for NC State today. Look, it's not an easy one for me, man, because I like BYU a lot, but I definitely can see NC State putting up a huge fight today. We have not seen NC State score less than 73 points in any game so far this year. Well, 72. So I'm rocking with them, man. If they can come out here and continue the offense that they have been playing, I think they're going to be okay, guys. I do like this BYU team a lot. You guys know that, but like I said, in these step up games, I think we need a way for BYU to get some kind of solid ground under their feet before we just keep nose diving into laying 7 points, laying 6 points with BYU against these bigger schools. So I do think NC State is in the step down position today, and I think BYU once again is in another step up position because of their weak schedule that they played all year. NC State is very good at forcing turnovers. They do have a pretty decent defense. Their offense is solid. Give me NC State here. I'm fading BYU today. I'm gonna take the 6 points, Callie.
Yeah, layoff game for me, but I can't argue with you on this one. I think it's a good breakdown for it. So hard to disagree in the slightest.
All right. What do we got? Louisville. Man, this fucking Louisville team, bro. God damn, boy, I like watching this team play. If you guys have not if you guys have not tuned into the Cardinals yet, man, tune into this team, man. Louisville looks good. They beat Indiana. I mean, they beat West Virginia. I mean, dude, I like this team a lot, guys. All right, so let me read you the lines. This game starts at 5:30. You got Louisville taking on Oklahoma. Louisville comes in as a 3.5 point favorite in this one. Oklahoma getting 3.5. We got a total of 149.5, slightly favored to the over. You can catch Louisville at a minus 170. You can catch Oklahoma at a plus 142. Um, this is another one. It's at the Imperial Arena. So look, like I said, man, we seen Louisville. They beat Indiana. Shout out, pat myself on the back for that one. We called Louisville outright in that game, and they got it done. They just played West Virginia, right? Did they just play West Virginia? I think
Yeah,
they did.
yeah,
They did, right?
yeah.
They beat them. At least I think they did. They beat West Virginia, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I like this team a lot, man. I really do. They're playing really good basketball. Oklahoma though, beat Providence, beat Arizona, which is the big one for me. Uh, I mean, this team, man, they actually play Oklahoma State next. So Oklahoma, man, their offense is serious. Their offense is averaging almost 85 points a game. I have loved everything I've seen from Oklahoma. We talked about this team the other day. I told you guys about Fears. I mean, this kid is fucking crazy. He is a monster. I love watching him play. They got more. They got Duke Miles. Dude, there's a lot of guys on this team that I am starting to respect a lot. A lot of these freshmen, man, a lot of these sophomores are coming in and they've been impressing me a lot this year. And we knew college basketball this year is the year of, at least in my generation, this is the best year for freshmen in college basketball that I can remember. And a lot of them are really showing out, man. And I've been impressed. And this Oklahoma team, they are just really good, man. Um, Louisville has been playing super good basketball, and we have been rocking with Louisville quite a bit. I did fall off of them yesterday because they did get us a brick, but I did give you guys Louisville. Today, I'm fading them. We're taking Oklahoma, man. I'm sorry. Oklahoma, man, they are just. I think this is going to be the toughest game that Louisville has yet to play, even though we've seen them play, uh, you know, play teams like Indiana and West Virginia. I think Oklahoma is tougher than both of them teams. I like Oklahoma a lot this year. I think they get this one done. I'm taking Oklahoma on the money line, man.
Yeah, I got a future on Oklahoma to win the whole thing, so I think that there's value with this club. Solid, good depth. I like the. Now I'm losing my words too. I love the depth of this team. I like the age. I think that they're somebody that's going to be reckoned with, and I feel like come tournament time, there's somebody we've expected, and we've seen there. So I like the way the season has started for them. Um, and seems 3.5 seems reasonable. I think they can get there. I'm watching the Miami game right now. Miami just hit a 50-yard bomb, and I think he fumbled it upon the catch. Yep. Yep. 50 yards, and then
Fucking bomb.
just like the what was that? The game that was on last night was the Memphis game.
Yeah, I
But
didn't watch. I didn't watch any college basketball last night.
no, there's only
I
that one.
mean,
There's only
college
one.
football.
Yeah, there was only that one game last night. So
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I didn't watch any college football. I mean, yeah, college football last night.
yep, 50-yard bomber, fumble, recovery, Bowling Green. I took the under in this game as well. I think there's value in the under. It's 15 degrees and 15 miles an hour wind. I think it's only going to get worse. So I
Oh
think,
yeah, for sure.
I think that there is value in the live. I took it. Let's see, what did I get it at originally? I took it under 51. So I think there's a chance. I also, anybody who's interested, while we're on it, real quick, I took a flyer. Call me an idiot. I took a flyer on Oregon State today. I'm a little worried about Gentry, and I'm a little worried about Boise's winning. They're in next week, and UNLV is the more important factor. So there's question marks with with him a little bit, and I think it was 18 points when it closed a minute ago. So ability with Oregon State, and we got to remember, Boise State is still a non-power conference team, and sometimes that does show up when they do face a bigger squad. And Oregon State obviously down this year, but one of those sleepy spots again where 18 points in a team at home that should dominate. So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting morning.
Oh yeah, we got a ton of fucking games on today for college football, man. I
Yeah,
mean, we got a ton. The Oregon State game versus Boise, I'll tell you right now, I don't have an official play on it, but I mean, I that's just way too many points in my eyes, bro. I need to take the points in that one. But all the other games I haven't really looked into. I'm focusing on college basketball, but uh, if you do have any more games throughout the show, Callie, please give them out, man.
Yeah, the next set for football will be the noon slate. I have a play when we're done with basketball. We can do it. I have a play on the local game here. San Jose State Stanford is today at 1, and then I do have a lean on the Georgia Tech Georgia game. So, but we can go to those. We can go to those after. No worries.
All right, as soon as we're done college basketball, we'll touch on some college football games. Um, let's keep it moving. Yeah, I'm looking on Ken Palm right now. I just wanted to look into Oklahoma real quick, just so I wasn't, talking out my ass because most of this is just off of my eye test. But I'm right. I mean, Oklahoma is just they're looking fucking good, man. I mean, just when you look at their free throw, when you look at their 3 point, when you look at their field goal, I mean, dude, this is a top team. Um, I like them. I think they're going to find. I think they're going to be able to shoot the ball a lot better in this one, man. So I like Oklahoma so much in this spot. All right, let's keep it moving. We got Purdue taking on Ole Miss. So we got Purdue coming in. Obviously, they've been a damn juggernaut so far this year. Purdue has just looked incredible. Here they are laying 2.5 points against Ole Miss, getting 2.5 points here. You got a total of 145, slightly favored to the over. You can catch Purdue at a minus 155 today. You can get Ole Miss at a plus 130. As you guys know, I'm not a big Ole Miss fan. They did just beat BYU outright. So, that was impressive in its own right. And I'm kind of asking myself, was it more of BYU, or was it more of Ole Miss? And that's a question I can't really answer until after this game. I do like Ole Miss as an underdog here. I think the books are either telling us where to go or they're respecting Ole Miss too much. Ole Miss is another offense that has looked incredible so far this year. We have quite a few teams this year, guys, right now. I know it's early still, but we have quite a few teams that are averaging 85 points, 86 points a game. Ole Miss is right there next to them. This team has been balling. Um, I think this is going to be a higher scoring game. I don't think Purdue's defense is going to have really any answers for Ole Miss here. I think this line speaks volumes. I think a lot of people are going to be back in Purdue here. The line opened up at a 4. It's now down to a 2. And I'm sorry, man. I really can't see the world betting Ole Miss here, right? I would think that the public money would be on Purdue. And this line continues to move in favor of Ole Miss. It makes no sense to me. So what that tells me is someone hit Ole Miss heavy at the +4. I like Ole Miss here to win this game outright. I think they pull two upsets back to back. Give me Ole Miss here. I'm going to take the plus 130. You could take the plus 2.5, obviously, but like Callie said in the beginning of the day, man, or in the beginning of the show, there's a lot of dogs barking today, and I feel like this could be another one. I'm taking Ole Miss here plus the 130, man.
Yeah, no play for me. Both of these teams are off my radar for the moment. I don't trust Purdue. Quite frankly, don't like Purdue, so makes it an easy pass for me.
All right, all right. Next game we got looks like we might be going to Northwestern here. We got Northwestern taking on UNLV, getting into Cali's neck of the woods. So you know, I don't like either one of these teams to be quite honest with you. The only reason why I don't like Northwestern is because they just lost to fucking you just lost to Butler, man. And maybe that's not such a bad loss, but in my eyes it is. I thought Northwestern was going to mop the floor with Butler. I thought they were going to win that game by at least 8. And they lost outright to Butler. Is this a bounce back spot for them? I would think so. UNLV. they also, you put UNLV in any step up spots, they are known to struggle, and we've already seen it so far this year. They continue to do what this program does. UNLV struggles in step up spots. I've noticed it for the last couple seasons. They've already done it this year, and now here you are. This is a step up spot for UNLV. I mean, Northwestern has been solid, man. Martinelli, he is I don't know, man. He's all right. He's all right. I still got a lot of questions with him, especially with that game last night, man. I don't know. Right now they're kind of on my shit list, but I don't want to back out of them right now. This is still a very strong Northwestern team. It's a team I had circled coming into this year. And just because they lost to Butler, I don't think I should discourage them or discount them. This is a game they could easily win. We're getting a good price with Northwestern here. I'm gonna go ahead and hope it doesn't bite me in the ass again. But give me Northwestern here, man. I think this game could get out of hand pretty quick. I see Northwestern winning this game by at least double digits, man. So without my bias coming into anything and letting last night, affect my judgment. If I didn't watch last night and I came into this game just like these teams didn't play, uh, and Northwestern didn't lose last night, I would say Northwestern by double digits here. I really would. So give me Northwestern here, laying the 4 points, man. I think they blow UNLV out the water.
Yeah, I think the line's a little bit low, so I agree with you. I think that Northwestern is still a value right now, especially with a number this low. So yeah, do you think that this is a reasonable spot? Yeah, you look at these two, and four becomes more reasonable when you look at the end of the game. Look at free throw shooting. Look at what a miss and make, and turns into a 2 point game, turns into a 5, 6, 7 point game quickly. So I think that the ability of Northwestern to hopefully push this thing out early will probably make it sweat free for us. I wouldn't be surprised. So do you like the Wildcats this year?
Yeah, they're a good team, man. And like I said, I'm just looking at it as like, you know what? If I didn't see last night's game, I would be all over Northwestern here. But again, it kind of sets us up for value here, Callie, because what if Northwestern didn't win that game yesterday,
Well, have you
right?
ever seen a year like
I
this
mean,
year?
lose.
I mean, and
My
it's
bad.
early, but have you ever seen a year where you feel like there's, besides the usual suspects, there's so much question on how good certain teams could be, and there's a ton of them right now. I mean, a ton
Yeah,
of that. We, time will tell. It's not like college football where you get 13 games, but it's interesting to see with the transfer portal, with NIL, with everything changing, the fluidity of talent kind of across the board now versus these power teams that had better talent sitting on the bench than most of the opponents that they even played out on the floor.
yeah, yep. I mean, that's just it's a sport you got to just watch, man, and you got to pay attention to certain matchups for certain teams a lot more than others. You learn a lot about teams in certain games. Like uh you just do. Like one tonight, we just talked about it, was the one that I want to watch. We're going to learn a lot about Oklahoma tonight against Louisville. You really are. I mean, I already think that this team is solid, locked down, good team that could really make a run this year.
Yes.
Tonight, you're going to see what this team is really made of. So just games like that, you could find some certain games where you really just watch and learn a lot about a team. All right, let's move on to the next one. I don't have this one written down, but it is my dog of the day. The video I did. We got Northern Colorado taking on Texas Tech. This line is getting way out of control. I gave the 19 points on my show. It is now up to a 22 and a half. Okay. Northern Colorado is getting 22 and a half points. Texas Tech is laying 22 and a half. We got a total of 154. It's slightly favored to the over. Northern Colorado is a plus 1600, and you better believe I'm putting that in. Look, man, I know it looks crazy. I know it sounds crazy. We have been on the Bears a lot this year. Northern Colorado has been extremely good to us in VIP. I back this team a lot. I have given you guys Northern Colorado on this show a lot. This is a good team, man. They only have two losses on the year, okay? And they are respectable losses. They lost to Washington State, which is completely respectable, and then they lost to Colorado, which took Colorado double overtime to beat this Northern Colorado team. Now, Northern Colorado, man, this is a team that does not give up. They fight. They've been on a run of they're playing great basketball right now. But I can't tell you. Let me see. Last three games, they won by all double digits. They have scored at least 80 points, 79 points in those games. This team is 7-1 against the spread away from home. Um, I mean, they have a big rebounding advantage in this game. They have a rebounding advantage. They control the pace of the play, which I think they're going to do. If they come in here and control the pace of this game, obviously the elephant in the room is plug. What about Texas Tech's defense? And yes, I get that. You know that is a huge factor in this game because Texas Tech has a really good defense right now. But I think that Northern Colorado has a good enough offense that it's going to keep them in this game. And I think they're going to control the pace of this game where they kind of limit down Texas Tech's defense a little bit. I think Northern Colorado can force Texas Tech to one shot per trip,
Yeah.
make them shoot difficult shots, man. I like Northern Colorado a lot here. I think this line is way, way crazy. Um, I mean, it's just an insane line to me, man. Um, I think this is way too many points. Northern Colorado is going to step up big for this game. Um, I'm all over it, man. Give me Northern Colorado plus the points here. I also would not be that surprised if they won this game outright.
Yeah, Northern Colorado is one of those mid sleeper teams that is good. Their depth is great. They've got a terrific coach, and it's one of those programs, kind of like what you see with football with South Dakota and the North Dakotas. Those, if you don't know, you don't know. And I've been really impressed with not only this year, but for quite a while here with what Northern Colorado's done. And I mean, doesn't this just scream a perfect spot for them? I mean, the massive underdog, the half of the Texas Tech fans won't even have a clue where this school is located. I think that there's a lot of things that lean for Northern Colorado quite often for them, where teams take them for granted and don't realize how good of a squad that they really are. So would lean them for sure tonight with such a big number. And on that note, Brett Garbert 40-yard touchdown pass, Miami, Ohio 7-0.
Let's go. Needed that. Let's go. Way to get the vibes back on it. All right. Yeah, man. Uh like I said, hopefully I don't call this one wrong or we don't call this one wrong. Because Northern Colorado has been making us so much money this year and this is a huge step up spot for them. But this team it just has way too much heart. This team plays with way too much confidence for them to get beat by 23 points. There's just no way I could see that happening. Texas Tech would have to come in here and literally shoot lights out from the 3 point for them to cover this number. Uh, and then on top of that, that defense is going to have to do everything right to slow down Northern Colorado's pace of play. So there's just too much that Texas Tech has to do correct to cover this number in this game. All right. Let's keep it moving. We got one more game I want to talk about, and then we'll get up out of here. It is the Butler versus Mississippi State game to end our night. Um, we have Butler getting 8 points here. We got Mississippi State laying 8 points in this game. Looks like we got a total of 145 and a half. Like I said, man, Butler coming off of what I think is a big win yesterday. Was it a fluke? I don't know. I don't know if it was more of Northwestern just not having a good scoring night, or if it was more of Butler playing good defense and just really, putting people on notice of what they are. I kind of think it was Northwestern kind of lacking. I'm on Mississippi State here against the spread. I think they're undefeated team right now. They blew out UNLV yesterday. They're coming in with a ton of confidence. Now the Bulldogs, they are, what are they on Ken Palm? I know they're up there, man. Yep, they are ranked 25th right now in the country. The Bulldogs are. We've seen them beat Northwestern. We've seen them beat Utah. We've seen them beat SMU. Like this Butler team is rolling, man. And maybe they are that team. I just have yet to really see it, man. I'm not as big into this team as everyone else is. You know, I mean, look what they did. They blew a huge lead, right? Uh I don't know. I don't know. Butler also Butler also played SMU, and in that game they had a really strong defense, but they gave up another lead in that game, I believe, as well. So Butler is not they get on these scoring sprees, and their defense gets extremely sticky to put teams in droughts, but they make these mistakes. And when you're playing a team like Mississippi State, I don't know if Butler has the horses to run with Mississippi State for a full 40 minutes. I don't think Butler has the offense capability to keep up with Mississippi State for a full 40 minutes, is my point here. This Mississippi State's defense, I mean, might not be great, but their offense has been terrific. I mean, let's see here. Trying to see what they're ranked real quick.
3 and out. Miami gets the punt return back to midfield.
Good shit.
Yep, good start to the day. And it looks freezing. I don't know how you can do it out there. It's cold enough here.
They're Ohio. They'll be
Man,
all right.
Ohio, you're out there in the freezing land too. I mean, we don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're all right. All right. We got 80. They're averaging 87.6 points per game. Their defense is only allowing 67. Man, give me Mississippi State here. I think Butler gets punched in the mouth.
Yeah, I think too much talent for Mississippi State. Where the points going to come from for Butler to be able to keep up in this one? I think that double digits is very reasonable for this team to pull away from. Butler's got to shoot the ball real well, and I just don't think they have enough scorers right now. I think a talent gap, athleticism. One of those SEC, one of those abilities where I think that there's just too much depth. And I think that, 11, 12, 13-point win wouldn't surprise me here tonight. So, yeah, Mississippi State by double digits. 8 seems reasonable. Probably wouldn't go higher than that. But right now I think that's pretty solid.
Yep, absolutely. All right, let's get into some college football, man. We're going to start at the 3:30 slate where we got Mississippi State taking on Ole Miss. Callie, I'm going to let you run down college football. Any games that you like that you think that we should talk about, bring them up, and I'll give you my opinion on them. I'm not the best when it comes to college football, but I'll definitely talk it with you. So any games that you see worth talking about, you let me know, and or you just bring them up, and I'll follow your lead here.
Yeah, as he said, starting with the Ole Miss Mississippi State game. Ole Miss coming off that horrible loss last week at Florida. Um, Goodbye. In my opinion, goodbye any chance at getting into this playoff. I think that too many teams have a chance to pass them. I think that sitting at 14 right now already is too low. I think they're getting a huge benefit of being in the SEC, but been a horrible season for Mississippi State. Expectations were low, obviously, but they've performed kind of how we expected. It's been ugly loss after ugly loss, but we know what happens in college. We know what happens in rivalry games. We know how kids step up, and we know how there's still talent across the board. So 24 and a half points today, to me, it seems like a little much. Um, I just worry that, Ole Miss is question marks on the defensive end. And if you're going to need to win by basically 4 touchdowns in this one, you're going to have to be motivated and you're going to have to keep pushing the entire game. Mississippi State's not going to be quitting because they're going to be coming from behind most likely the entire game here. But 24 and a half points to me is just too high. Haven't put my wager on it yet, but I would lean the Mississippi State side. I mean, Ole Miss, 3 losses already, and you're telling me that this team deserves to be 24 and a half point favorites over, anybody is a big question mark in the slightest. 1 o'clock slate. I am on Stanford. I took Stanford +3. I took Stanford +2.5. They play San Jose State today. I think there's a talent gap difference. We've seen Stanford play pretty well against some good teams. Should have won back-to-back. They took Louisville down with some wild ending a couple weeks ago. Held that lead against Cal for most of the game last week as 2 touchdown underdogs and pissed it away. But you're going against a team right now that, flat out can't score in the second half, and that is San Jose State. You look at what they did to just absolutely piss away a cover against Boise State last week with that pick 6 to end it, to blow it. And you look at what they did a couple weeks ago before that. It's been a team that comes out throwing the ball pretty well, playing well, but they just completely get to a standstill halt with this offense in the second half. And I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if the playbook isn't that deep or what it may be, but I mean, Stanford's been a team that sticks around. Stanford has been a team that does not seem to want to go away. And you've got a guy like Daniels, along with another backup who, wants to be a run-first quarterback. And let's be honest, the talent level you're getting at San Jose State is a speed-for-speed guy there. He can outrun everybody. And with what Stanford has consistently done on the ground against much better defenses than San Jose State, I do think that they will be able to to run at will, and any kind of ability to have success in the air today. I think that leads me to think that Stanford's going to be the better team. I got them at 3, like I said. I think they win the game outright. Again, a sleepy Friday. San Jose State. I just don't think it's going to be a big roaring crowd for the Spartans, and a win that Stanford would like to have to to finish up the year decently here after what's been pretty disappointing.
Yeah, I'm definitely, I'm not so sure about that Stanford look. I'm taking your advice on it. I mean, I always like a good college football dog, and same with the Mississippi State one. I agree with you 100% on that. This is way too many points. First of all, Ole Miss. Everyone, I hear you listen to some of these college football guys, and they rant and rave and hype up this Ole Miss offense. Bro, I don't get it. Is Jackson Dart really built like that?
Nope.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, I think he is way too He does way too much questionable, stupid shit for me to even consider laying a number like this with Ole Miss, bro. I'm not a fan of Dart, bro. I'm really not. I think this Ole Miss offense is hyped up way too much. um, you know, all if anything, their defense is better than their offense, in my opinion. I don't think Dart is like that, man. I'm sorry, I don't. I know they are obviously the better offense over Mississippi State, but come on, man, you're giving me almost 3.5 touchdowns here, bro. And this is just way too many points. I'm with you 100% here on Mississippi State. I think it's a great look. I think Dart makes too many questionable decisions to even consider this number. Um, and honestly, I know that Ole Miss is a good team. I'm not trying to say they're not. They're one of the top teams in the country, if I'm not mistaken. But I just think this is way too many points, man. I agree with you wholeheartedly on Mississippi State.
Yeah, he's exciting to watch, but pull your hair out kind of quarterback at the same
Yeah.
with the decision making or lack thereof, I guess you could say.
Yeah, man, for sure. And I'm gonna rock with you on that Stanford play. Obviously, I already got my own Miami, Ohio in, so looking forward to that one. They're still up 7-0. We got 2 minutes left in the first quarter, so we're
Yeah,
we're alive there for sure.
they're up 7-0. They just missed like a 40-yard field goal or 40-yard touchdown pass. Dove out at the 5-yard line, and then we just had a false start. So I think it's first and goal from the like 11, but 7-0 still with the ball. So nice and low scoring and dominating the time of possession. I think Bowling Green's only got like 10 or 12 plays, if even that, this quarter. So
Yeah, how do you feel about the Iowa and Nebraska game? See, I got Iowa laying the points. I think Iowa wins this game by 10 points, honestly.
yeah,
Um Go ahead.
yeah, I think so too. I feel like a lot of people are hearing bigger voices talk about Nebraska, and this to me feels like a perfect letdown spot for them. They've played great at times, but what is great to them versus what I think is a vastly improved Iowa team, especially offensively. We're used to these 32, 33, 34, 35 totals, and you look at what Iowa's doing this year, and it's a transition period. So I think that what I've seen offensively from them is promising. At the same time, though, this defense that we were so able to rely on all the time has become, a little bit into question. I do think, though, as we look at the end of this year, these games become more important too. The lull of the middle of the season can definitely come for these teams, but I think that with some of these games, especially today, as it can lull for some, I think it can hype up others. I think that this is a good spot and a very reasonable number. No interception in the end zone, running it back right now. Bowling Green still running it back right now, all the way up to midfield. Fumbled it. Bowling Green recovered it. Well, welcome to the Mac. Um, that's too bad. But yeah, I think that this is just it's one of those days again today where the I mean, you got to remember too, it's a short week for most, if not every one of these teams too, which is different as well. But I think that there's value on Iowa, and if you looked at this game preseason, I mean, what was this number before the year started? It's something definitely to look at, because I would expect that Nebraska was much lower than a field goal underdog in this. So like Iowa, I think that if you can get a reasonable money line number on it, so be it. But I think the 3 is still fine.
Yeah, man, for sure. I like I said, I think you got so much cushion on this number, and I'm not the college football guy, but I pick spots pretty well in this sport, and you got to consider senior night.
Exactly.
Iowa's home, bro. This is just way too big of a spot for Iowa to even consider dropping to Nebraska. Like, I think Iowa shows up big tonight, man. All right, let's get on to the NBA. We already had the Knicks and Hornets start already, so we're going to skip that game and we're going to head right into Atlanta, where we got the Cavaliers taking on the Hawks. We still do have NFL for tonight as well, guys. So stick around, man. If you guys are in here, if you guys can, please retweet the stream for me and Callie. It helps us out a lot. If you guys are not following Callie Wagers, please follow him. If you're not following me, please follow me. You guys know the deal, man. Me and Callie both. Me and Callie both do sell a service. Also, we'll talk more about that at the end. I do have a max bet today for $5. If anyone's interested, please DM me. I'll put the QR code up later. And Callie also does have a service as well that we'll talk about later. If you guys want to get involved with him, please hit him up. I know a lot of games are starting to start. That's why I'm doing this announcement now, because we might be in here for another 45 minutes. So all right, let's keep it moving, man. We got the Cavs laying 6 points. We got the Hawks getting 6 points. We got a total of 244 locked up on both sides here. Obviously, Cavaliers coming in as a big favorite. Didn't we just see this game, Callie? Um, I believe the Hawks just won. Um, their last game. Look, man, the Cavaliers, they have weighed out again, obviously. Looks like Levert is listed as questionable here on the list as well. The Hawks, obviously, Zeller, personal reasons. Still don't even know why he's out. But Cavaliers, man, they were on fire. They got stopped by the Hawks. It was actually not yesterday. Was it Wednesday? I don't know. I know
Yeah,
they just got
Tuesday. Yeah, I think it's Wednesday.
Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
They got beat by the Hawks, man. And I came in here and what I tell you guys, I said, yo, we fade the Hawks, blah, blah. They are, yeah, you guys know I rant and rave about the Hawks, man. All right. Yo, quick turnaround spot in the NBA. We love these spots, man. I love quick turnaround spots, revenge spots in the NBA. They always work out well. And this Hawks team is not good. Okay. Is Trey Young a great player? Man, fucking right he is, man. That guy is a great player, man. And I'll never take that away from Trey Young. I'll never talk shit on Trey Young because he is an amazing basketball player. But this team overall sucks. And I think the Cavs come in here and beat the shit out of them. It is always tough in any sport to beat the same team back to back. And I understand they had a day off in between here, but this is a quick turnaround. This is a revenge spot for the Cavaliers. I'm sorry. I think the Cavaliers dish out some revenge here. I think the Cavs win this game going away. Give me the Cavaliers here laying the points, Callie.
Yeah, it seems like like one of those perfect revenge spots in a kind of standalone game period where we've seen them come off such a poor loss that they kind of just weren't very interested. So I can see and expect a bounce back here today. Would
Yeah,
not
I hope so.
surprise me.
Uh, I will be highly shocked if we see the Cavaliers drop another one to the Hawks, man. I just can't see that happening, bro. I do like Jalen Johnson for the Hawks though. I like his 3 pointers to go over tonight. You get his over 1.5 at a -115. And obviously for the Cavaliers, you got to give me Mitchell. I like his points and assists to go over. Whatever they're, let me see here. Have they lowered his threes yet by any chance?
Mm-hmm.
No, they didn't. He's still at a 3.5 at huge -130 for 3.5. So yeah, we're going to stick to his points and assist here for Donovan Mitchell. All right. Cal, you got any player props for this one or no?
No, nothing too big for NBA today. So much going on sideways that I laid somewhat low with NBA today.
Right. All right. He said, let's get to small talk. Yeah, that's hilarious. I don't know, bro. Let's see what he's got to say, though. We'll see what he's got to say. Let me see.
Jackson had some eggnog last night, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see if he gives us some crazy shit. Because I swear this Boppy smoking coke sometimes,
We'll
bro.
see if he's
I
we'll
don't
see
know
if he's
where.
shit. We'll
I
see
don't
what
know
he's
where he gets some of these numbers from, bro. Uh, you know. All right,
talking.
so Donovan Mitchell. It likes Donovan Mitchell for this game for his turnovers to go under 2.5 here. Under the 2.5 at a +126. He's only projected to get one turnover tonight. And then it's got Jalen Johnson over his points, rebounds, and assists over the 32.5. He's projected to get 38 tonight. This line is hitting 8 of the last 2. So I really do love Jalen Johnson tonight as well. So I actually agree with the bottle on that one, Marcus. I think Jalen Johnson, his PRA, his 3 pointers, any way y'all want to try to take that play tonight, I think it's the correct way to go. I absolutely love that number tonight for Jalen Johnson. So, or today, it starts at 240. So keep that in mind, guys. We are going to be looking at that because I like it a lot. All right, let's keep it moving. Next game we got the Pelicans taking on the Grizzlies. Um, I mean this is another easy spot because it's an easy team that I really love to fade. So you got let me see. My bad, I lost my spot. All right, so we got the Grizzlies coming in, laying 11.5 points. Pelicans getting 11.5 here. Got a total of 232 locked up on both sides. I love to fade the Pelicans. This line opened up at a 10.5. It's now at 11.5. We don't have that much movement on this one. But I fade the shit out of the Pelicans. The Pelicans, looks like Kane, Hawkins, Murphy, Ingram. I mean, bro, I can keep going down the list, bro. Pelicans are bang the fuck up. Grizzlies, obviously Edie, right? So the Pelicans just are terrible. I mean, they are one of the worst teams in the NBA in my eyes. They've been hit by an injury bug that just is not going to go away. They're going to be sick for the rest of the season with this bug, man. And I kind of feel like any kind of hope, all the confidence, the soul has been sucked out of the Pelicans uh team. And you know, I think it's something that you're not really going to be able to bounce back from, man. Um, you know, I do think that the Grizzlies, they took another shot by the Raptors in their last game. The Grizzlies, they are one of, actually no, the did the am I reading that wrong? I think it was Pelicans got beat by the Raptors. Sorry, not the Grizzlies. Raptors beat the Pelicans. I'm sorry. All right, so the Grizzlies are actually playing extremely good right now. Um, so I like the Grizzlies here, man. Actually, believe it or not, the Grizzlies are actually one of the hottest teams in the NBA right now. Bro, the Grizzlies have covered the spread in 10 of their last 11 games. They have won their last 11 games as favorites against the Southwest Division. Um, I mean, the Grizzlies are actually on fire, guys. So just looking deeper into this, I like the Grizzlies even more. My one point is just I always fade the Pelicans, but going deeper into this game, man, I mean the Grizzlies are on fire right now. Let me get the Grizzlies here. I'm laying the big number. Callie, anything?
I hate the Grizzlies. They've been every time I seem to lean the Grizzlies, they go the other way for me. So, one of those teams right now that are gray listed for me. They're not blacklisted yet, but they're a team that I can't seem to figure out. Like they're kind of like the Cavs to me. I laid off the Cavs for a bunch of games. A couple games the Cavs have struggled and been games I've been involved in. So it'll happen.
Yeah.
Just the joy is I can pass and wait for them the next time.
Yep. Damn straight. All right. So we got Prince Jazz saying he likes Ja double double and his assist. I like that. I think that's a good look, man. I like that a lot, Prince Jazz. Marcus is saying the under on the Pels. I think that's a good look. And then we have Miss Red in the building. Miss Red, good morning. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and hope you're enjoying your day today. And appreciate you being here, girl. All right. So my play in this one, when it comes to a player prop, man, I really love that John Morant look. I think we go with John Morant's points. Let's go look at him against the Pelicans and his last 8 games against the Pelicans, Morant has not scored less than 20 points. We're getting John Morant's points tonight at a 19 and a half. Prince Jazz thinks he's going to get a lot of assists tonight, or at least over his assist, and I absolutely agree. If you uh, go look at his last 8 games favored over the Pelicans. Prince Jazz, you are right on point. You ready for this? My man has hit 8 assists with the Grizzlies as favorites against the New Orleans Pelicans, Prince Jazz. So amazing call, man. I love that a lot. Also, Desmond Bain, he shits on the Southwest Division. He has hit 17 or more points against the Southwest Division in 21 games. So it's all Grizzlies here all day. I love John Morant's points and assists. I think that is the way to go, Marcus, 100%. So I'm with you and Prince Jazz on that. All right, next game. Don't be scared of Bane neither tonight. 7:40, man. We got the Magic taking on let me see. I think they're playing the Nets. Yeah, Magic and the Nets. DraftKings. All right, we got the Magic laying 7 points. We got the Nets getting 7 points. We got a total of 208 and a half. Slightly favored to the over. My last VIP play that I had, I gave it to you guys. Was it yesterday we had the Magic? No, it was the day before. But that was my last VIP play was the Magic. They were in the perfect spot against the Bulls. They were at home. Bulls were on a back to back with travel. And I mean, we ate that play alive. Magic came out and dominated that game, man. I love this Magic team. First of all, they make us a ton of money. They are extremely good. The books are starting to give them a lot of respect. Their lines are starting to get a little carried away. We got to remember Gary Harris still out. You got Bonchero still out. It's this Magic team is not even fully healthy yet. They're missing their best offensive player, and they continue to dominate. So I do think that we should fall off of them here. I do. Even though I do think they have the ability, they're one of the hottest teams in the NBA to cover this number. I just feel like, back in the Magic too many times, the numbers getting a little out of control. I think this is just too many points, man. The thing I do like about, I thing I do like about the Magic is that they really are for as good as they're doing, they remain quiet, right? That's what I like about the Magic the most. They kind of remain quiet. The public ain't really humping up on them. You don't see the Magic all over ESPN and the media. You don't see them on your timeline. That's what I like about the Magic. But I also have to take into consideration too when you're looking at the other side. God damn, the Nets have a huge injury list. So maybe it's tough, man, but 11 and a half is too, 7.5 is too many for me in Brooklyn against a Nets team that really knows how to cover numbers at home. This is a great covering team. They have been all year. This is just too many points. The Magic been playing really good ball. This could be a spot where they take a step back. So give me the Nets here plus the 7.5.
Yeah, I like the Nets this year as a dog, and they've had plenty of opportunities of it. But yeah, this is too many points. I think that both of these teams are much better when they're the underdog, and I think that the Nets are a good spot. Way too many points.
Yep. Yep, I think so too, man. I think it's just too many. So you're talking about the last game, Prince Jazz. You said Bane's rebounds. Yeah, I could look it up for you. And then we got Marcus Lane. I'll send it to you, Prince Jazz, or you can go into the Discord and use the Pine bot or the props.cash bot. We have both of them in the Discord that you can use. Wagner has been a gem, man. Franz Wagner has been a damn savage on the court. He has took right over. He's just kind of I don't want to say he filled the shoes, but man, he has been playing extremely good ball, man. uh and it's getting a little, and that's another one where like you got to expect some kind of regression soon, right? The Magic have won 10 of their last 11 games, uh but they also have lost, let me see here. Nope, can't even say that. They've covered there too. So Franz Wagner has scored 21 points in 12 of the Magic's last 13 games, man. Franz Wagner has put up double digits like that. Absolutely incredible. He has been balling out crazy. Another one, Suggs. Suggs has been balling, bro. I don't want to underestimate Suggs either. He just had an incredible game in that last one. You know what? Give me Suggs here. Give me his assist. I like Suggs assist over the 3.5 at a minus 142. I'm gonna take a little different route there. Give me Suggs points and assists, and I'm gonna take his assist straight up. And then obviously on the Nets, man, Cam Johnson, bro, just he's a wagon. Take this man, bro. They got his points at 18.5 tonight. He's put up 22 or more points in the Nets' last 3 games against the East. I'm all over Cam Johnson in this game. I love it a lot. Callie, you got any player props or anything for this one?
Nope, I do
No.
not.
All right. We're gonna keep it moving. We'll see what this bot says real quick, and then we'll keep it moving. Yep, all over Wagner here. The bot likes both Wagners, whatever you want to call them. Like Franz Wagner and Moritz. How do you say his name? I don't know how to say his first name. But both Wagner's in this game, the bot likes. It likes his over 3 pointers, and then Moritz Wagner over 12.5 points. All right. Next game we got on the list is going to be the Clippers and the T Wolves. We got the Clippers getting 6 points. Timberwolves laying 6 points. We got a total of 213. We got the Clippers at a plus 190. Timberwolves at a minus 230. I don't like either one of these teams. I'm not big on the Clippers, even though they have been playing good ball. I give them that. Timberwolves, I think this team is the most overhyped fraud team in the entire NBA. They get way too much credit, and this team is really not that good. I mean, this team finds new and creative ways to lose games all the time. They look like they really don't care. So I would absolutely take. I trust the Clippers a lot more than I trust the Timberwolves. I'll say that. Now, the Clippers. I mean, they are playing good ball. I mean, they look great against the Wizards. But if they didn't, we would have major questions, right? I mean, you have to. It's like the thing in the NBA right now. You have to beat the Wizards by at least 20 points. If not, there's obviously something going on with your team. That's the way I say it. Timberwolves are just. I mean, bro, does it get any worse for them? I think it does, man. These the Timberwolves are stuck in the mud, and their wheels are just spinning, and they can't get out of it. I just don't feel like they should be anywhere near, a line like this. Like it is just absolutely absurd to me that the Timberwolves are favored by 6 points. The Clippers win this game outright, hands down. Give me the Clippers plus a 190. I think the books are out of their minds for making the Timberwolves favored by 6 points in this game. I love the Clippers here.
I hate the Timberwolves.
I
Absolutely,
hate them too. I
they're
hate them too, man.
show up. Like I'm just baffled by that team. It's they pick and choose in spots when they want to
And they
play.
get so much respect, bro. They get
Yeah,
so much respect.
every single game. I would love to see what the split is this year with fading them every game and where you'd stand right now in terms of what the numbers are because they're huge favorites every game. Every game they're what minus 175 higher, if not way higher, depending on who they're facing. I mean, I don't agree with it. And obviously, the Clippers are good at home. They have that massive home court advantage, so it's different with them, right? With what's happening, with having them on the road. But at the same time, you can't give me Minnesota right now. I don't have any faith in them.
None. Me neither, man. I really don't. Um, let's see here. So you are right. Prince Jazz, Norman Powell is back. So the Clippers were missing Kawhi Leonard, obviously. And Norman Powell did get listed as questionable. He's saying he's back in the lineup now. Prince Jazz is saying Norman Powell is back in the lineup. So that's pretty good, man. That's really good news for the Clippers right there. I see him listed as questionable still, but regardless, we already know Timberwolves. We just said it all. We just said it all. So I'm definitely on the Clippers here. The line really just does not make any sense to me whatsoever. And maybe it's because I'm blinded by the hate I have for the Timberwolves. Not, I don't want to say hate, but just the obvious, just
Disgust.
yeah, I don't know what to call it. I just do not like this team, and I hate that they're talked so highly of all the time. I mean, Clippers win this game outright tonight, man. Book it. All right. So Marcus Lane is saying Powell is back, but be cautious. I kind of agree. Kind of agree. I wouldn't bet him just coming back. All right, we got the Celtics taking on or not we're taking the Celtics are taking on your Chicago Bulls. All right, so you got the Chicago Bulls coming in, man. These boys are not even they don't even got a winning record. These boys are 8-12 on the year. They are at home here. We are in Chicago. They're getting 11.5 in this game, playing quote unquote the best team in the NBA with the Celtics laying 11.5. We got a total of 243.5, slightly favored to the under here. The line opened up 9.5. It's now all the way up to a 10.5. This line is or 11.5. I'm sorry. The game don't start until 8 o'clock. I can see us getting up to about a 12.5 in this one. I am going to be rocking with your Chicago Bulls in this game. Celtics is another team that they obviously have the talent and they are the better team in this game, and they could absolutely beat the living dog shit out of the Bulls tonight. But the more this line stays on the board, the more money is going to come in on the Celtics, right? Um, and we continue to see these big lines for the Celtics and they're not covering them. So when does the book or the public just give up? I mean, 3 of your last 10 games you have not covered, and you have been giant favorites, and they're just not covering. The Celtics, man, they're in a look ahead spot. Who do they play next? They play the Cavaliers next. The Chicago Bulls, they covered 5 of their last 10 games, man. I faded them last time they stepped on the court. I'm not doing it tonight. This is way too many points. They're at home. They have the Celtics coming into the building. Man, Celtics, they're not playing well as a big double digit favorite. They're not covering these numbers. So when do we start fading them? Obviously, we don't because the line opened up at a 9.5, and we're now all the way up to an 11.5. So obviously, people just don't get it, right? Yes, they are capable of doing it, but they're not. And they got the Cavs next. Bro, no way. I'm on the Bulls here. Give me the 12. Give me the 11.5. Give me the 12. Whatever it gets to.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't this feel similar to what we're talking about with the Timberwolves? I mean, you can't set a number high enough right now. People keep taking it. People keep taking it. I mean, it isn't. To me, the Celtics are in a look ahead spot until April. I mean, we know what they're getting. They know what they're getting, and they could chalk it in right now and make the playoffs, basically. But it's all about motivation for this team right now and staying healthy. And I agree with you. I would lean the Bulls. Definitely a no play for me tonight because the Celtics, when they want to turn it on, they can turn it on, and even if it's in a 5-minute spurt. So worry a little bit about it, but yeah, would lean the Bulls with double digits.
All right, all right. I love it. When it comes to player props in this one, it's kind of tough. By the way, we got a total of 243 in this game as well. That is a super high total. I do think that we should look into player props in this game. Um, I'm thinking I want to say Levine, man. He plays really well when the Bulls are underdogs. He really does. If you guys notice that, Levine really does step up, man, when the Bulls are underdogs, and we've seen him a lot as underdogs this year. Mine is obviously Vucevic. I love backing him. His points and rebounds have been a golden ticket for me all year. And when I'm looking at his games right here against the Celtics, so him at home, right, against the Celtics In 13 of the last 16 games at home against the Celtics, Vucevic has scored 10 or more rebounds. And I know he's going to get his points. So I love Vucevic double double. I love his points and rebounds tonight. So that's who I'm going to be picking for my player prop in this game. It's going to be Vucevic without a doubt. All right, let's keep it moving. We got the Pistons taking on the Pacers. So we got the Pistons coming in at a my bad, 8 o'clock. 5.5 point underdog. Pacers laying 5.5 points. We got a total of 229.5 here, slightly favored to the under. You know, both these teams, I would say, I mean, Pacers at home are always a good look. But they're playing right now. They're Pacers are just not covering, and Pacers they don't. My thing is when you lay points with the Pacers, you always got to stress because the Pacers don't play defense. That's my whole thing. Is I got when I'm laying points with a team, god damn, you got to be able to play defense because if you don't play defense and you're laying points, it's hard because you have to be able to stop the other team from scoring to make that margin, right? You need to make that separation. The only way you get that separation is defense. So also they're not covering spreads. They're just not. They're 2-7-1 against the spread in their last 10 games. I don't trust the Pacers, man, laying spreads. I don't. The Pistons, they continue to play hard. Um, they you watch any Pistons game, it comes down to the wire 90% of the time, right? They have 4 wins on the road. Um it's just a competitive team, man. It's a competitive team. Give me the Pistons here. It would not surprise me in the least if the Pistons won this game outright. So I am back in the Pistons here, man. I'm trying to find some trends that work with us, but we don't have many at all. Uh, I'm just going with what I see, and I think this is too many points. I don't trust the Pistons laying. I mean, the Pacers laying points, especially against a Pistons team that I've seen play in incredibly close games all year long. So I like the points here, Callie.
Yeah, I agree. Another spot that I think it's a good angle to take the points right now, and I like the angle with it as well. It's a good breakdown for it.
All right. Obviously, if we're going with the Pistons, we got to be looking at Kay Cunningham. He's recorded 9 or more assists in his last 10 games. I take his PRA. Cunningham's PRA has been a gem all year. Obviously, my other favorite guy is on the other side, who is Siakam. Siakam has just been a menace all year, not talked about enough. He has been the true gem for the Pacers in my opinion. I know you think of Pacers, you think of Halliburton. Not me, man. I think of Pacers. I think of Siakam this year. I mean, he has just been absolutely amazing. Halliburton continues to fuck people's tickets up, where Siakam continues to cash in. I like Siakam tonight. I like Kate Cunningham. Maybe put yourself together a little parlay with them two, because them two are just going to show up regular. So definitely like that a lot there. All right, let's keep it moving. Our next game is going to be the Raptors and the Heat. We got the Raptors coming in as a let me see here as an 8 point underdog heading into Miami. Miami's laying 8 points. We got a total of 219. 219, pretty low total for these two teams. Obviously, we're in Miami playing a Miami team. The line opened up at 7. So we are seeing a little bit of movement coming in on Miami here. The total opened up at this is the big one. The total opened up at a 227.5, and it's now down to a 219. That is incredible line movement. Miami, are we going to really lay this big number with Miami playing a team that they think that they're better than? Because whenever Miami plays a team that they think they're better than, what happens? Miami just plays down the competition, bro. They really do. We see it all the time, and I do not trust the Heat at home. Uh, the Heat loses games that they should not lose all the time. The offense is super inconsistent. They nearly blew it, dude. What was that lead against the Hornets on Wednesday? Can someone remind me? Weren't the Heat up by like almost 60 points, 70 points? And they almost blew that game, bro. How do you do that?
Yeah, terrible.
Dude, it's huh?
Absolutely terrible.
Bro, they do it, and it's not like, oh, that's just one game. Nah, bro, they do this all the time. The Heat are known for this. They do it all the time. They play down the competition, man. They just like think that, oh, we're just better, so we're just not going to play as hard. Like, fuck you mean? So, the Raptors, they listen, man. The Raptors don't win much, but god damn, if they ain't making you money, bro. I mean, if you're not backing the Raptors against the spread, your loss because they are making people money, man. They're making people money just as much as the Nets are, just as much as the Magic are. 13-6 against the spread this year, man. The Raptors are just like the Pistons. Every time you turn around, the Raptors are in a 2-point game, 3-point game with 2 minutes left on the clock, and you had 8 points in your back pocket. Man, I love the Raptors tonight. I'm backing them here. Give me the Raptors. Don't be surprised if they don't win outright.
Yeah, two teams that I cannot stand right now. I have cannot get a feel or comfort with either of these two teams. I like the Raptors. I've liked what I've seen from them fighting, and with where this is right now with Miami, who's just been completely inconsistent. And it's like we talk about in hockey. The worst thing in hockey is a 3-goal lead. Worst thing in the NBA seems to be a 15 to 20 point lead early. It seems as if teams just sort of, hey, we beat your ass early. We're gonna pack it in for the rest of the game here. Don't care how much we win or lose by. I'd
Yep.
rather see the Celtics up 5 with 5 minutes left than the Celtics up 17 with 5 minutes left. To be quite honest, I'm looking for a cover with some of these squads, but yeah, would lean the Raptors tonight. The eight is too much, and prove it to me, Heat. Prove it to me that you're able to win this game essentially by double digits.
Yep. I agree. I
Touchdown,
agree.
touchdown Miami on a tipped pass.
Let's fucking
It was
go.
14-5 Miami. Bowling Green got a safety and a field goal.
Let's fucking go, man. I love it. I love it.
It threw it to the underneath receiver. It went too high. It tipped over his head to the wide open, deeper receiver for a walk-in touchdown.
Mm, I love it, man. Let's go. Making money on stream.
We'll take
Love
it
it.
anywhere we can get it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I'm giving you guys Scotty Barnes, man. PRA in this one. I like Scotty Barnes to have a big game here. Also, do not shy away from RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett has been a monster. They got his 20 plus points tonight at a minus 135, man. Take that cake, bro. Take that cake. RJ Barrett, man, 20 plus points at a minus 135 is just butter. It's just butter. I mean, let's see here. See if we can find a trend for this one. He has 20 plus points in 21 of his last 28 games. I'll take that. I'll take that. All right, let's keep it moving, man. Next game we got the Kings and the Trailblazers. Not the sexiest game for sure. Um, Definitely not. You got two teams that are just super, in my opinion, at least the Kings, super underachievers of the year. If there was a reward for it, I would give it to the Kings. I thought that this team was going to be so much more than what they are this year, and I think a lot of people could say the same thing. I don't. I probably wasn't the only one coming into the year thinking the Kings were going to make some noise this year. They are laying 7 points here. They are in Portland getting 7 Portland's getting 7 points, and we got a total of 225. Line opened up at a 4.5. This line has just got way too away from us. I am on the Trailblazers here. They are still 11-7-1 against the spread. They're not a team that I like backing at all. Yes, they are covering the number, but this is a team that can seriously just get beat up on any given night. The Kings, I mean, they are just I, they are underachievers, man. They're 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games. They are starting to get healthy, so I'm kind of starting to hope maybe we see some turnaround. They're coming off of a really good win over the Timberwolves, but like I told you guys, that don't mean much to me because I look at the Timberwolves completely different than a lot of people. You beat the Timberwolves, good. You should have, plain and simple. So that win doesn't really surprise me, but it was a big win for the Kings. Maybe this is their turning point. Maybe this is where the Kings start to really step up. Am I willing to risk it? No, I'm not betting this game, but I will lay the points here against the Trailblazers. I do think the Kings are due for a bit of a turnaround, so I'll back the Kings here, man. But this number has gotten way away from us.
Yeah, I like the
Uh,
Kings. I like the Kings a lot this year. I think that again another team with some youth, some talent, and also a home court advantage in terms of playing in such an obscure place. Sacramento is an interesting place, just like Portland is. And I think that the Trailblazers benefit at times from this. I think tonight the Kings are the much better squad. Like you said, the number is getting a little out of control right now, but it would be basically impossible for me to want to look at finding an angle towards Portland tonight. And Portland's had some great upsets. They've played decently, but I think that Sacramento is a much better team that has much more to achieve this year. I think that they were a little bit ahead of schedule last year. I think that this team is still something that has a big point to prove and will consistently play better as the season goes on. In my opinion, I've got probably higher expectations for the Kings than most. So hopefully they will get back on track, play better, continue to improve.
Yep. Last time they played it was in Sacramento, but it was 111-98. I mean, I'm with you here, man. I'm with you here. I'll still lay the big ass number, even though it got away from us. But I'm not betting this game. All right. Next game we got is the last game of the night, and then we're going to hit NFL, and we'll get you good people up out of here, man. We almost hit 200 people today, man. Shout out to the listeners. Appreciate all y'all. All right, Cal. We got one last game to talk about here, man. It's going to be the Thunder Buddies taking on the Lake Show. We got the OKC Thunder Buddies taking on the LA Lake Show. Thunder is laying 3 points on the road here, heading into LA. LA is getting 3 points at home. We got a total of 230, slightly favored to the over here. OKC is at a minus 155, and you got the Lakers at a plus 130 here. Callie, this is definitely not the easiest game on the board. Pretty tough game. It's going to be a really good game. I would say that. And as much as I love the Thunder, and as much as I think they should be favored here, I think the Lakers win this game. They have a lot of players on the injury report. The fact that the line is where it's at, man, tells me everything I need to know here, Callie. I mean, bro. First of all, let's just say this. First of all, the line opened up at almost a pick 'em. I seen the Lakers all the way down to a -1. And then what happened? The line sat on the board for a little bit and people started buying into OKC. They're buying into OKC. They keep buying into OKC. And the line's going back up. So the books opened this bitch up at a 1.5. It jumped when it first came out, it jumped down to a 1, and now it's slowly rising back up as we're getting closer to game time and the public starts putting in their bets. Lakers at home, they're set. I believe, where they got 7 of their 11 wins at. They play their best ball, hands down, at home. They won 5 of their last 6 games against the Thunder, might I add. We also know the Lakers they take these tournament games super seriously. They've talked about it all year. They want to defend their title. It just is what it is. This line just screams LA Lakers, man. And if you guys don't see it, I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all. I am telling y'all this is a Lakers spot, man. And I am a huge Thunders fan. I love OKC. But I'm telling you, this line opening up where it's at, everything is pointing, everything is screaming Lakers for me. I love the Lakers here, man. Give me LA in this one.
Yeah, I mean, biggest issues too. You still got Caruso, Dieng, you got Holmgren. There's a lot of key
The
injuries,
injury list is nuts.
and it's nothing taken away from OKC in terms of what's out there. I mean, Gilgis is amazing, and they've got great talent, but I just think this is one of those situations where OKC is running out of guys that are key factors to them being so successful early, and the Lakers, like you said, do care about this. We know what it means to a guy like LeBron. Anthony Davis is playing back to all-star caliber, MVP caliber. He's playing just unbelievably well, and more importantly, he's out there. I mean, how many games last year he was like Embiid last year? You just didn't know if you were going to get him every single game or any of these games. And you can see the difference of what Anthony Davis, when healthy or even close to healthy, can do. And Lakers have been playing. I wouldn't say great lately. I mean, 1-3 in their last four. And they've been ugly losses. But at the same time, I think this is a good bounce back spot. They get the 18-point win against San Antonio last game, and are coming against a OKC team, like you said, that is a little bit undermanned. They come off that huge win. What was it, 2 days ago against Golden State? A nice victory at Sacramento. So this is another West Coast trip. Keeping out here on the West Coast, and that can add up. That can take a toll on you. And I think that the Lakers motivated at home in a tournament game means a lot. So, and I lean the over. 230 is a lot, but at this day and age with the NBA, there's really no total that you can set too high. So would lean the over, would lean the Lakers as well. 14-5 at halftime.
Let's go. Love it.
Under 51's looking all right.
All right. Love it. All right. Let's get to the Marcus likes Simmons points. I mean, he's been a wagon lately, Marcus. He truly has been, bro. He's been a wagon lately. So I agree with that as well. All right, last game of the day, and then I'll get you good people up out of here. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, the 10-1 Kansas City Chiefs, taking on the 2-9 Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, what the fuck do we have here, man? We got a 13.5 point spread, is what we got, Cali. We got a total at 42, slightly favored to the over. Kansas City at Arrowhead, just an absolute humongous spread here. Dare I say it? I like the Raiders. I don't know why I like the Raiders, but I like the Raiders. Look, man, I think they find a way to at least keep it close, man. Kansas City, they have not looked good the last couple of weeks, and their defense, I think their defense. Everyone says their defense is winning them games, and I guess in a way it is. Their defense has been good, but I'm sorry, coming into this game, their defense is not in the best shape, man. Really not in the best shape. Seriously concerning to me in this one. Don't get me wrong, man. Aiden O'Connell, I mean, isn't I don't know, bro. Like that makes it so hard here, right? Like, I mean, he takes care of the ball. I give him that. I think he takes care of the ball. I think honestly, I think we see the Raiders score a couple touchdowns here. And I think if they can score a couple touchdowns, I think they cover this number. If we can get the Raiders to put two touchdowns on the board, they cover this number. And what do you think, man? What do you think, Cal? You think O'Connell can do this for us, bro? I think he can.
I think it's a terrible spot for the Raiders.
Fuck.
Noon. noon West Coast, day after Thanksgiving, freezing cold weather. I mean, it's actually the weather's not too bad, all things considered over there. So, um, low wind. But I'll be honest, I feel like this is kind of a statement game for KC. Yes, it's the Raiders. Yes, is, but this is a standalone game in the NFL. This is Mahomes at his finest. You look at Mahomes in standalone games, it's ridiculous what has happened. My biggest question is, can the Raiders limit the mistakes? Because I don't necessarily disagree that they can stick around in this one, but they're a fumble, senseless turnover, a couple bad penalties like we see so often from them from, this thing getting out of hand. And if KC goes up 2 touchdowns in the first half, who's to say that the Raiders don't just say, oh, I'm cold, I'm full from Thanksgiving, let's get the fuck back to California. This Kansas City team has everything to play for, motivated as can be. I actually took a flyer. I took Mahomes this past weekend for MVP at 5-1. I figure, hey, if they go 15-2, 16-1, I don't really know how you keep it out of his hands. It's going to be tough to do for the voters. So I did add that. But, I just think that KC is just too much to prove right now, and they do still have something to prove. I think if they don't lose that game a couple weeks ago, don't play poorly in most recent weeks, I think maybe it's a different story. But I think that this is just a better squad coming off what was a terrifying win again last week. I mean, it's been over and over and over again where they've had to keep doing this. Not to be surprised that they don't come out early, say, hey, let's, get this thing handled early, get these guys some rest and handle business the right way. And I'm tied, obviously. I have a couple plays. I got a 5-teamer, and I got 2 5-teamers that come down to the Chiefs money line, actually, which obviously massive odds. But, I included Memphis at plus 350 money line last night with one of them. So played the odds a different way, kind of to debate if I'm going to hedge. But there's no way I would hedge the Raiders even at plus 13. Maybe if they go down a couple scores early and get them up real high, then maybe I'd look at it. But I just worry about, what this Raiders team has to play for. 2-9 right now, and the Chiefs are just really rolling on what is a Mahomes kind of day, a standalone Friday post Thanksgiving, day to show everybody why he can be the MVP again and why he continues to be, the best quarterback on the best team in the league. So we'll see what happens. And I don't think that KC is necessarily going to win the Super Bowl, but for your money right now, I mean, can you think of a team that you would rather have with, Mahomes with the ball with 2 minutes left? He continues to find a way to do it every week, and he's done it every year. So hard to go against him in any way, shape, or form right now.
And it's 100% facts, bro. I mean, I can't sit up here and argue. I can't sit up here and argue.
Yeah, that makes it more entertaining.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to. There are a couple things that kind of stand out to me that really make me like the Raiders here. It's just simple things like the Chiefs have not covered the spread as favorites in their last 4 games. Now they're laying this huge number. You got the Raiders who love to play step up spots like this. I mean, go look at their last 2 games as road underdogs against reigning Super Bowl champions. They won both of them games outright. Um, I I don't know, man. This is so hard. They got a backup quarterback. Is what is Aiden O'Connell? Is he? He's not even a backup, is he?
He's like a hybrid. He's just there.
He's just there, right? All right. So
He just appears.
all right. So look, man, I'm gonna just jump off the edge here and I'm gonna stick to my guns on this one, Callie. I'm backing the Raiders tonight with the points. When it comes to player props though, I think we should look into some player props into the Chiefs guys. Pacheco is my number one guy tonight. I love him. Uh I don't know where he's at though. I gotta go
Minus
look at
one,
his numbers.
minus 110 anytime.
Anytime's at a minus 110. I like that. Where's his rushing yards at? My DraftKings
Uh,
ain't loading.
he is. I'm looking at DK. It looks like 40 plus is minus 145, 50 plus
Oh
plus
my
120.
God.
Yeah, it's low.
What do we got? What do we got for 80 plus on him?
80 plus on him is 4.5 to 1.
Let's fucking go. That's where we're at right there.
100,
Give me.
100 plus is 10 to 1.
Ooh, I like Pacheco 80 plus rushing yards tonight. I like Pacheco touchdown. Pacheco has scored at least one touchdown in 8 of his last 10 games. Also, either him or Travis Kelsey has scored a touchdown in the Chiefs' last 5 games against the Raiders. Um, is there anyone that you're looking at today?
I like Pacheco as well. I like his rushing numbers. Um, I like where they are with that. I also like. I need to double check it and see if it is still here. Give me 1 second. Where are you? I can't seem to find it. I was going to look at defensive special teams touchdown today. I think that there's an opportunity for one of those wild ones again today. We saw it yesterday, and with O'Connell and what is even a little bit injury riddled right now, the Chiefs are still a terrific defense and
Oh yeah.
pressure that's going to be on them. And like I said, if it plays out, I think, and the Chiefs go out, early with a lead, they're going to be forced to throw the ball. What happens? Pass rush comes. We know what that leads to. So if I can find a decent number, I would look at something with special teams for it. In terms of Mahomes right now, let's see. There is, I don't love the value today. The numbers are pretty good and not surprising with the standalone game like this. There's less volatility when they can really hammer down on every number on one single guy here.
Mm-hmm.
So not surprised in the slightest with that. I was looking at, I wanted to see the special teams, but I guess I can't find it. If I find it, I'll pop back in on it, but I think that was it for now. Field goal props as well. Longest field goal made. I would lean the Chiefs again. They got a bomber. So I do like that. I also like it when you're getting a guy who kicks indoors versus outdoors all year. I would lean the Chiefs on longest field goal made minus 120.
I like that.
What is their total field goals today? I also don't hate first half field goals at 2 plus 114. Wouldn't surprise me if both squads had a field goal. One's worse as a push. And then obviously end of the half, we always get some wild action. So a couple leans there, a little obscure, but yeah, that's kind of where I am right now with it. And like I said, I've got those 2 5-team parlays coming down to Chiefs money lines. Obviously my hands are a little tied.
Yeah, I when it got you're bringing up players on defensive stuff. I mean, I got a few that I'm looking at here. I do like Nick Bolton. I do like Nick Bolton a lot. I think that he could probably find either his tackles and assists or just take his assist. Either one. I like them both. I was thinking about Tranquil, but I actually like his assist on tackles for Tranquil. It's at over 1.5, which is fucking beautiful. So I do like that. It is a little expensive. It's at a minus 150, but I still really do like that one on defensive props. The bot like
I
good.
got a wild one for you. Game specials. Here's the one I've found and don't go wild, obviously. But each team to score, where are we? I lost it now. Each team to score 1 touchdown and 1 field goal in each half, 30 to 1.
Sheesh. I
Not
like
crazy,
it.
right?
It's a little crazy because you got the Raiders, but I mean it's definitely worth the price. I would say sprinkle.
At 30 to 1,
Um,
I don't hate.
right. That's what I mean. At the price, yeah, definitely. Uh, the bot likes Juju Smith Schuster under his receiving yards today. This line is hit in 8 of the last 10 games. It's at 18.5. He's only projected to get 8 today. All right, Callie, let's do best bets, man. Let's give out some of our VIP and let's get the fudge up off of here, man. Callie, what do you got for a best bet today, man?
Best bet today. I got a couple spots today. I guess we'll go with. I like Georgia today. I got them at 17. I think it's 17 and a half now in football. I think Georgia's going to beat the living shit out of Georgia Tech today. I think this is uh, do or die time for Georgia. I think that they know that they've got to handle business every single week after where we are and what we've seen. 9-2 right now for the Bulldogs. It is 17 and a half right now, so I would look maybe lower. First half minus 10. I also like as well. But I am all over the Bulldogs today. I think that we get more of a Georgia team we're used to, and I think that public a little bit skewed with what we've seen with Georgia Tech. I think they've outperformed a little bit, and they've taken advantage of playing some terrible teams. I think there is still some public perception of what people saw week one with Florida State, which just seemed like yesterday. But um, do like the Bulldogs tonight. Think they handle business, and we'll go from there.
All right, I love it, man. I'm gonna give you guys for my best bet today. We are going to go with Pacheco's rushing yards to go over. I like him for a touchdown as well. We're going with Pacheco at it's over 40 something right now. Honestly, let's ladder this bitch, man. That's what I say. Ladder that bitch up to 80, guys. That's what I like. I like Pacheco to get around 75, 80 rushing yards today. His line's only set a little over 40. We have a lot of comfort there. So definitely like Pacheco in a ladder spot. I think he finds the end zone tonight as well. And that's going to be my best bet tonight for Plug Talk. I also do have a dog of the day on my YouTube. You guys can go check that out as well if you want. And yeah, man, definitely. I told you guys it's Northern Colorado at the plus 19. It's a big underdog that I called outright. Very small on the outright, guys. Very, very small on the outright money line. It's a big number. All right, so we gotta gotta remember. But I do like Northern Colorado today as well. All right, Callie, you want to tell everyone where they can find you and any VIP service that you're running?
Yeah, you can find me on all of the main socials, Twitter at California Wager, Instagram California_Wager, all of the other outlets. And yeah, running a ton of specials right now. I'm running a Black Friday special, $25 through the end of the year, includes all access. And then I am running a $350 off 2025 special. So anybody interested can do it. Anybody who does jump on for 2025 will grab the rest of this year for free as well. So good hookup, nice time to jump in. And it's been a great run. 15 units last week, another good week so far right now. And we're a lower volume, 3% max, usually one or two at most per week, and we're a 1% base play. So, the units aren't as wild and as big, but been really consistent profit wise, and that's what it's really all about. So been fun, and have Dub Club as well on my page. Anybody can always click on that. I've got a bunch of promos if you're interested in other options, and always tons of free plays every day. So make sure you're checking out my socials, and DM is always open.
All right, man. Definitely appreciate having you on here, bro. For real. Your time is valuable, and you don't get paid to come on here. So, guys, definitely show Callie some support, man. Go check him out. Give him a follow. He don't have to come on here and spend 2 hours and 4 minutes with us every day, or whenever he gets the chance. So shout out to Cali Wagers, man. I appreciate you coming on here and doing this show with me, man. The show goes a lot smoother when I have someone else to talk sports with. So just, from me to you, I definitely appreciate it, bro. You guys can find my stuff at theoutletSV.com. I am in the process of putting live odds on the website right now. But the website's still up and running. We got it featured. We got two featured articles over there today for you guys on the games. Um, it is Black Friday. I don't have anything official for Black Friday, but I am going to do an official sale right now for the people in here. So I guess what do we got? We got 205 people in here. Uh you could do $5 for a month, or you could do 25 for a year. Only for the Black Friday sale right now. $5 for a month or 25 for a year, which is fucking insane. But we got 205 people in here, so I'm gonna work with the 25. So you got 5 for a month or 25 for a full year. Only for the people in Plug Talk right now. Hit me up. Let me know you guys want it. You can either DM me or whatever. Join the Discord, and I'll get you guys set up today. Callie, once again, man, I appreciate you coming on the show as always, bro. You're the man. You don't need to share your time with us, but you do anyway, and definitely appreciate it. Uh, yeah, man, guys, let's make some money today. I'll see you guys for another plug talk tomorrow. Appreciate everyone that tuned in today as always, and